Sigurado po ako na alam natin yung pakiramdam ng hindi mapakali. O di kaya minsan may napagsabihan na tayo ng bakit hindi ka mapakali. It is somewhat indescribable, especially when we are the ones in that situation. It is like we would want to do something, but we do not know what we will do. We do not know what we should do. Or maybe we can also describe it when we would want to scratch our back, yet the itchy part is quite hard to reach. Kapag makating yung likod natin, hindi natin maabot, hindi tayo mapakali. Hindi natin alam kung anong gagawin natin. Sometimes we just find ways just to scratch that itch away. Kapag ganun yung pakiramdam natin na hindi tayo mapakali kasi gusto nating makamot yung makating parte na yun sa likod natin, natitigil lang tayo sa sandali na maisip na natin yung kailangan nating gawin. And whenever we fall into such situations, we know that feeling of relief that it could bring to us the moment that we are able to scratch our itchy back, or even just the thought of remembering what we are supposed to do. In our gospel, we hear Jesus being moved with pity at the sight of the people, for they were like sheep without a shepherd. In the original Greek text, being moved with pity is not just a sense of feeling. Hindi lang basta awa. Hindi lang basta may nararamdaman sa dibdib. It is being moved deep within our gut. Sa konteksto natin, hindi natin agad-agad may isip yon. Para bang nasasabi lang natin na tayo naaawa. Pero sa konteksto na itinuturo sa atin ng banal na kasulatan, hindi lang basta sa dibdib ng gagaling, kundi sa kaibuturan ng ating sikmura. And when we are moved by our gut, it is not just something that we would want to go away. Kapag naaawa tayo, minsan gusto lang nating gumawa ng isang bagay dahil naaawa tayo. Para bang gusto lang nating mawala yung pakiramdam na yon. We do something in order for that sense of pity to go away, because at least we could say to ourselves, at least I have done something. At least may nagawa ako. We may not have changed the world, but at least we have done something in our capacity. But being moved by our gut would be quite different. Yes, we may say that it is quite similar because it pushes us to do something. But it is also different because we do it not just to get rid of that feeling. Simply put, we are moved to do it because it is the right thing to do. We do it because it is the necessary thing to do. When Jesus saw the crowd, he was moved to take action because it is the right thing to do. It is the necessary thing to do. But how many of us still consider these things? How many of us would allow ourselves to be moved in doing the right thing, in doing the necessary thing, because we simply ought to do it? Para bang naiisip ba natin na gagawin ko ito dahil alam kong tama ito? Gagawin ko ito dahil ito yung kinakailangan na gawin. And whenever we have that feeling, then that is something that is moving within our guts. This was also the message of Jeremiah in our first reading. The shepherds that they were expecting to take care of the sheep were the very ones who were abusing the sheep. Para bang yung inaasahan mo na mag-aalaga ng gamit mo, yung pinagkatiwalaan mo, na mag-aalaga at magbabantay ng mga mahalagang bagay sa iyong buhay, sila pa yung makakasira, hindi lang nung kagamitan, kundi pati na rin yung tiwala na ipinagkaloob natin. Kaya kung ganun yung larawan na ipinapakita dun sa ating unang pagbasa, siguro maunawaan din natin na bakit binabawi ng Panginoon yung tupa na inalaga o ipinagkatiwala niya sa mga pastor. But in the case of our first reading, we are not simply talking about things. We are not simply talking about sheep. We are dealing with the people of God. Tao ang pinag-uusapan natin. Hindi bagay, hindi hayop, tao. Kaya ganun na lamang yung tono ni Jeremias dun sa ating unang pagbasa. We are not dealing with things. We are not dealing with animals. We are talking about people. We are dealing with persons. At sa totoong buhay, minsan, yun pa yung nakakalungkot. Mas maganda pa yung trato natin sa mga hayop kaysa sa kapwa-tao natin. When someone insults or defames us, it is very easy for us to retaliate with an insult. Why? Because we are moved by our feelings. We were hurt and we would want to return that hurt. Sa mga salita natin ngayon, maririnig natin, no? Nati-trigger ka o triggered ka. Bakit? Kasi may naaalaala tayong masakit na karanasan. Naaalaala natin yung mga hindi magandang pakiramdam, kaya lumalabas yung galit natin, lumalabas yung inis natin. At minsan pa nga, pag sobrang triggered tayo, nakakasakit din tayo. Simply because we have allowed ourselves to be moved by our emotions, not with our guts. We are simply moved by what we feel, but not with the right thing to do. And the moment we allow ourselves to be moved only by our emotions, then we end up with nothing. But if we allow ourselves to be moved by what should be done, then the culture of hatred can also stop. Kapag galit ang pinairal, nakakalimutan nating maging tao. Kapag galit ang pinairal, nakakalimutan nating magpakatao. But St. Paul reminds us of one important thing in our second reading. Jesus is our peace. You are here not because the Manila Cathedral is a tourist attraction. You are here right now not because you are fulfilling an obligation. You are here because of Jesus. Sigurado ho ako na hindi lahat ng tao dito sa loob ng cathedral ay kilala ninyo. Hindi ho lahat magkakakilala. Pero kahit hindi nyo kilala lahat ng tao dito sa cathedral na ito, lahat ng nandito, we are being united under one table. We are being bonded because of Jesus. And this is the beauty of the Eucharist. Jesus, our Good Shepherd, unites us. Jesus, our peace, bonds us. Jesus, our peace, binds us together. Sa mga sandaling ito, kahit hindi tayo lahat magkakakilala, kahit hindi lang tayo basta nagpapakatao, tayo rin ay nagpapaka-Kristiyano. At sana, yun din po ang bitbit natin paglabas ng simbahan. Whenever we are moved with our guts, we do not simply act with our feelings. We act because it is the most Christian thing to do. We act because we imitate the actions of Jesus. And if Jesus binds us as a community in the Eucharist, hopefully we will also bring that bond wherever we go, so that others could see the Good Shepherd in our very lives.